Welcome to the channel. If you're new, I would like to say welcome and hope my content is what you're looking for. I record actual missions and training sessions that I usually create. If you're looking for a full mission, or at least the highlights, this is the place for you. I debut my BMS Learning Syllabus to help guide others in the right direction when it comes to learning BMS. It takes a lot of time and effort to learn. Depending on who you fly with for the first time, it might be overwhelming, but it will take time. There is an unlimited amount of knowledge and no one knows it all, but if you're wanting to join multiplayer, this video is definitely for you. Enjoy the video and see you in the next one. So I'm just going to go over a learning process. Sometimes when you have like literally thousands of pages to read and hundreds of thousands of video hours to watch, it's kind of hard to learn because you don't know what to learn. So that, like I was saying, all the manuals, that's where they're located. Some advanced stuff in the BEM, the real manuals. So you go to Docs, 5 other documentation real manuals, and you have the basic employment manual here. This is a real manual from 2005 with Korea. Goes over some air-to-air tactics, air-to-ground tactics, some formation tactics, ACM, BFM, 2v1, all kind of things. Like it's literally like 600 pages of just interesting stuff. The UAF is a go-to for some standards that are used across the BMS community. There's that learning playlist. There's the training mission playlist that Stevie goes through. I think it's in 4.35, but it's still applicable for 3.7. He literally goes through each training mission and follows the manual, and you could literally watch it and then do the mission so you understand what's going on. Here's some brevity terms that we use. There's a link there for some brevity terms. Here's the learning syllabus, a short version of the learning syllabus. So have the patience and the drive to learn, have an open mind, accept constructive criticism, learn and understand your aircraft first, read the manuals, watch videos on YouTube. The biggest thing is to find someone to help guide you, because it's kind of hard to teach yourself. But if you're unable to find someone, it's always good to at least watch videos on your own. But if you can find someone or a group or a couple of people who are at the same level of experience as you or higher, it's always good to learn with someone else because it's more of a interaction thing. Also, you can't learn what you don't know. That's the biggest thing in BMS. You don't know what you don't know, so you can't really learn it. But this is why having a guide and a mentor to kind of help you learn is a little bit faster. Continuously attend multiplayer missions and training. So even though you may not be comfortable with going into multiplayer, if you see someone in a multiplayer campaign or just a multiplayer training mission or just any type of multiplayer game, just tell them that you're new. They'll be happy to help you. Just make sure you tell them that beforehand, so we're not in the game with like 3 MiG-29s and you're like, I don't know how to fire AIM-120s. So just make sure you just tell them that I'm new and I need some help. But they'll be happy to help with here or the Falcon Lounge or basically anywhere. If able, sometimes these missions go really long, but if able, try to attend the debriefs. That's where you learn like 80% of the stuff that you did wrong in the mission. So that's where most of the learning comes from. And number 5, there's nothing that'll get you ready for BMS. Just have to jump in and have some fun and make some mistakes and also get your heart rate going because it can get really, really hectic sometimes. Here are some multiplayer guides that Bible made. They're very well done, and it goes over just about everything you need to know about or to expect in multiplayer. I just made a video about this for 5 minutes, giving a general overview. But there's these 3 links here. Goes over how to do an IBC check, how does TACAN work, how is it done in multiplayer, how the VHF is ordered, what are the radio etiquette in BMS when flying online, and just other things what to expect. So it's just an insight without having to go into multiplayer, and everything is new. After you read all of these, at least when you get in the multiplayer, it'll be like, oh yeah, I remember reading that in one of Bible's articles. So those are 3 good stuff to learn there, or to read. Here's the index of all the stuff here. You got your general familiarization, controllers, set up your controls, general knowledge. In the pit, it kind of goes stage by stage. of what happens in the pit, air to air. Learn the AIM 120 employment, RWR, air refueling, cockpit. It goes through here. So yeah, controls. Some of the controls you need to at least have set up. In 2D, going over the 2D interface, learn that. Click dance, general knowledge. So yeah, just gonna go over this real quick, but I put the link in public BMS, so make sure you go over that and just kind of just give it a read real quick. But that's some of the stuff. Here's some of the basic brevity. Pretty sure most of you have seen some of these. If you have any questions on this brevity that you see in front of you, ask now. Do you see anything that you do not recognize or have never heard before? Here's your chance to ask real quick. I know I have the definition there, but if you want any more clarity, go ahead and ask.
Nobody's going to be shooting at us, right?
No, there's no threats. Nope. No one's going to be out there.
Thank you.
Yep. I guess the most confused one in here is probably bogey and bandit. People get bogey and bandit like confused all the time. So bogey just means that it's unknown, and bandit is enemy in accordance with theater ID criteria. So that's basically hostile. I don't think I don't think AI AWACS uses bandit, but they do use bogey. And then hostile is obviously hostile. So those are some things that some people get mixed up sometimes.
Oh, for bandit, do you usually need a clearance to fire, or?
Yes, yeah. I don't think bandit's really used. You might hear it with GCI, human GCI, but it's not usually used in BMS. It might be. Go ahead.
I was going to go outlaw. Is that actually used? I think I had that call the other night.
Yes, outlaw is used. Yep. AI uses it. I think human GCI. I think it's red or blue or red or green or whatever. So human GCI doesn't usually use that. And I think there's remember seeing somewhere on someone's SOPs, of course, hostile is hostile. Mode 4 does not determine hostile, it only determines friendly. But they have a SOP where if it's outlaw and a negative mode 4, then you could deem it hostile. That's I think I think it's UOF SOP that I read somewhere, but it's a risky move, but it's a very probable outcome or indication that it's hostile. If it's outlaw, meaning that it came from the north or the south or wherever, and it's giving negative mode 4, it's a pretty good indication that it's hostile, but always use that with caution.
Oh, I was going to ask, we're going to be on Korea, right?
Yes, it'll be KTO. Yep.
Okay.
Here's some air-to-ground brevity. So I think Bible told me one time where it's easy to, instead of learning everything about the ICP, the MFD, the DED, learn like actual tasks. So learn how to change your uniform and your Victor. Learn how to manually set COM 1 and 2. Learn how to tune your TACAN. Learn how to set Joker Bingo. And just like learn how to do actual tasks instead of learning the entire system.
Yep, the tasks to do over and over and over.
Yep. And this is a big one. This one, so you might know everything, and then the moment you get spiked by a 29, it all goes out the window. So, training and then actual combat are two different things. So once you start getting some combat hours in, then you'll get better with the performance of these tasks, because sometimes your brain shuts off when you're getting spiked by something. Same thing with the radio, like it's push to talk, not push to think. Sometimes people push to think and they're holding the mic for 10 seconds. That that takes some practice. Like there's nothing we could do about that. Like even with real life flying, when you're training with someone, like you push that button, your brain shuts off, and it's a real thing. It happens everywhere. So that's just something you just have to get used to and be more confident when you're speaking on over the radio.
So one way that I worked over that is to write down what I'm going to say. Like when I had like to do J-fire check-ins to the JTAC, I'd write all that down so I'd have it set over and over and over, like different scenarios on a knee board, whatever, just so I can get used to it. So I wouldn't do the push to think.
My instructor, when I was flying, he said, because I would fly simulators and I would fly like VATSIM on FSX or something, so I kind of got over that initial being scared to talk. But when I got into the real plane, I had a somewhat onset of that fear, but I was able to get over it quicker because I kind of knew what to say. So if you don't know what to say, like Arnett was saying, if you have no idea what you're going to say, then you're not going to be able to spit out words while holding a button. And when all else fails, just speak English. You don't have to worry about brevity or anything. Just speak regular English and just get words out. There's the UI, there's a click dance, creating targets on the DTC, creating threat circles, steer lines, read the provided in-game briefing, IVC check, placing INI files into a campaign folder.
Also, you don't know on that in-game briefing is actually a print screen, and that will save to a folder in your user inside the game, and you can go back and pull that information later, or beforehand if you need, you can pull it and make it put it into a WDP and make knee boards and stuff.
Yep, absolutely right.
And I've learned that the DTC is very quirky sometimes.
Can be. It can mess up your flight really quick if
Yeah.
something goes wrong. That's why the click dance every 2.5 seconds, because it's important.
It's really big to do it before you go to commit.
Yep,
Click your seat,
definitely.
click your spot, do the data cartridge, comms, ladder, all that, save, and then go in.
Air to ground fence in, air to air, BVR fence in within visual range. Landing procedures, yeah, landing, angle of attack. So debriefs are the most important part of the process, of the learning process, and it should be conducted after every flight. This is where most of the learning and teaching and showing of that you did a no-no. This is mostly where that is explained here. I know we're all adults here, and during the debrief, don't get upset or take it too personally about that you did something wrong. We all make mistakes, and it happens.
One thing I don't know how to overhead brake.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll probably try one and see if we can do it decently. As long as we land, then we did it decently.
The other thing I'm going to say about a debrief is if you don't record your flights, I highly suggest that you do. Even if you don't share them, just record, get OBS, just record your screen as you're flying, and go back and watch after, especially when we get into like campaign missions and you're fighting and flying and shooting, and you'll realize a lot of the things you think you saw or that you thought happened didn't necessarily happen the way that you remember it. And I have it many times where I go back and be like, man, he was right there. And I go back and look through, nope, he wasn't, or nope, I missed this button, or, it's really easy to find where you make those mistakes, and that way you can learn from them instead of just remembering badly.
Exactly. Because I do that with editing, or just in the debrief, literally the 20 minutes after you just started flying, and you record and you watching the debrief, and in your mind you have this mental picture of where your wingman is, and you get in a debrief and he's on the opposite side that you thought he was. And that same thing happens when you record yourself. So you say like, oh, I never saw that person. You were in like you merged and you like never saw him and you got shot down, and then you watch it over and you're like, he's right there in front of me. I don't know how he didn't see him.
A good example I had was we were doing a mission in Syria, and I'm going to guns a ground target, and I'm flying right at this airfield, and there's a runway coming towards me, and I missed 2 MiG-21s taking off in runway because I was so fixated on shooting the ground target. I watched the video back, and I'm like, oh man, they were right there. I ended up getting killed by the SAM anyway, but there was 2 air targets coming right at me, and I didn't even realize it.
And the most important thing about debrief is don't, if you're giving criticism, constructive criticism, don't just tell them that they did it wrong. Also give them a fix to what they did wrong. Because if you just tell them what they did wrong, they don't learn anything. So tell them what they did wrong, or show them what they did wrong, but also tell you should have done this, or you should have went this way, or something along those lines. Because there's no learning if you just tell them you did it wrong. That's the large rock, so it's like the overall what you did, and then the small rocks like what in specifics and what tactic could have been used, or should have turned left instead of right, or a small little tribal knowledge about speed or distance, or the dynamic launch zone, where to shoot at, or just small little things like that. Here is the formation sheet. So this is in the back of this learning syllabus. It's also in the back of the threat manual or the threat guide, and these are all the basic formations that you'll be using as your time as a virtual pilot. The most important thing here is that when you're in formation, in wedge or fighting wing or any of these offset formations, make sure you, as number 2, has like a line of sight with the person that you're following's cockpit, because the lead wants to be able to look to their left or look to their right and see you there. If you're back here, then they're not going to be able to see you, and that makes us nervous sometimes. So if you remember, if you catch yourself and you can't see my cockpit, then I can't see you. It's like a 18-wheeler going down the highway. So if you can't see my cockpit, then I can't see you, and it's better if I can. So keep that in mind when you're taking off and going into formation like that.
How does takeoff work? I've flown at Singleton.
Yeah, so takeoff, the lead will say permission, because it's all of us in one packet or flight. So the lead will ask for permission, and it'll clear all of us in order.
Thank you.
Good morning, Cobra 2. You are number 1 for departure. Taxi, Charlie, Foxtrot, Echo, and hold short, runway 27 left.
And if you want, you can go ahead and turn down your COM 1. No, it's blasting, so you can turn that down so it won't block anyone from voice.
My what, sorry?
You can turn down the volume on your COM 1. You can turn that down a little bit. I think it's like max by default or something. Yeah, perfect. So now, lead's gonna, I'll just say I'm taxiing, and then I think we're right next to each other here. Look to your left. You see me raising my head? That's me. Sweet. So lead says like 1 taxiing, and then a couple seconds later 2 will taxi, and 3 will taxi, and 4 will taxi.
Roger that.
Pulse on ground. Cobra 2-1 taxiing.
Cobra 2-1. What is
Warship.
the problem? You are disrupting traffic.
Cobra 2-2 taxiing.
Viper Cobra.
This is Viper Go.
Did you give yourself some Mavericks?
I might have done something.
Okay, I saw it. I'm like, I don't remember that being a thing, but I was like, okay.
Yeah, I just saw training Mavericks right at them.
2-4 taxi.
So for acknowledgements, it'll just be, it all depends, but for the most part, if I give you like a command or something, if I'm giving you like instruction, you don't really have to say 2 or whatever. But if it's like a command, like turn right, turn left, or tune
Cobra
something,
2, expedite taxiing.
just go ahead and say like your number, so like 2 or 3 or 4. And if it's everybody, it'll be in order, so it'll be 2, 3, and 4 after I give a command or something. 2, are you familiar with what the block sounds like?
What, sorry?
You familiar with when 2 people talks? Do you know what that sounds like?
Viper 2-1, contact tower.
Stepping on each other.
3
Yeah, do you know what that sounds like?
0.
It's like a static.
Like, we're gonna hold EOR.
Cobra copies. Yeah, it's like a stacking sound. 3, go ahead and press your mic. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I remember that sound from my flight lesson.
Yeah, so just remember when someone else is talking and you try to talk, everyone hears that sound, so just keep that in mind when you're talking on the radio.
Okay.
And also if you're the one if someone's
2-1,
talking like
contact tower for takeoff. Switch 3
someone's
0,
talking like a
8,
half
8,
second before
0.
you and you key the mic, you are the only person that knows that they're talking. They're not going to know that you're both talking. So if you're the second person to talk, just let go of your mic so everybody can hear one of you. We're just going to park here at EOR, just follow the line and get up on the little crescent moon. Until you notice the pinging sound, that's the IDM. You look at your HSD, you should just be able to see green and blue horseshoes, I guess. That's everyone in the package.
Okay.
Or what's your location? I don't see you in this. Oh, I see you.
Yeah, it's another frame stuff out behind.
Alright, cool. We're just going to taxi. Cobra going to uniform 3.
Cobra 2, Osan Tower, weight 330 at 3 knots, runway 27 left. You're cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 27 left, Cobra. So in order here, we're just going to line up. I'm going to get on the right side. 2, go ahead and get on the left. And we're just basically splitting the runway in half. And usually the second person gets on the opposite side of number 1. That's just a default. And he's setting up for a turn to the right, so you're on the outside of the turn, so it's easier for you to turn. And 3 and 4, you can go ahead and get on the runway as well, just get to the slot or something. Then when you're set, just say like 2 set or 3 set, so I know that everyone's ready to take off.
Two set.
Three set. 4 set.
Sweet, so the takeoff, it'll be like a 5-second interval each person. Person in front of you takes off, wait about 5 seconds, then you start taking off. Once you're in the air, say that 2's airborne and visual. So just keep visual of the person in front of you, and then we'll start turning to steer point 2. So 1 is rolling, and when you're rolling, just say 2's rolling or 3's rolling. 1 is rolling.
Two is rolling.
Three's rolling. Four rolling.
Out to burn, 300, right turn, steer 2. Cobra going to steer, correction, Cobra going to uniform 2. Uniform 4. Flight tune uniform 6. Cobra flight check in uniform 6. You in uniform 6.
Say again.
Tune your radio to UHF 6, uniform 6.
Roger.
Flight check in uniform 6.
3.
4. Sorry about that again.
No, you're good. It's all fire hose learning. So you're behind me, I see you, so trying to offset to the left so you can see my cockpit so I can see you when I look back.
How fast are you going?
320 right now. So if you look at your engine instruments, just below your RPM percent, there's an FTIT gauge. That is the temperature of the exhaust temperature in your engine. That's what I usually use when climbing. Climbing, it's usually like 800 or 850 is a good climbing speed or engine power, and then you just kind of use your angle of attack to change your speed to increase or decrease your speed. Right now I'm using 800 and pitching up to like 0.58 Mach or something. And 2, I'm going to have you kick out a little bit more. Just get a little bit more, like a 45 degree off my angle. I'll let you know when a good sight picture formation is, so just keep pulling forward.
Just so you know, I'm not that strong at formation flying.
Oh good, I won't run into you.
Are you getting kind of close here? So 2, your speed brakes are out, just letting you know that.
That's why I was struggling so much.
And then 3 and 4, you could just do like a wedge formation, so just kind of get to the right of me, about 45 degrees, and then your wingman could be on the right as you as well, so it won't be too cluttered. But you're free to maneuver like 1 mile or so.
For my TACAN, it's blank. Who am I connected to? 178 Yankee.
Seven, 8 X-ray. Is this 3?
Oh, you're right. 78 X-ray.
And 2, keep pushing forward. I'll let you know when a good position is for wedge formation. That's a good close position. It's good. Go ahead and kick it out a little bit. So kind of turn left, just like 2 degrees. And then on the tack end, make sure put like a 0.5 or something. That's a good distance for
Package
normal.
2992 altimeter.
Cobra. That's 0.3, that's a good distance. So right about there is like the tail end of the sight picture for you. And the biggest thing is just to make sure you can see my canopy so I can see you there. Visual 3 and 4.
What's the speed again, one?
It's going to fluctuate a little bit, but right now I'm holding about 300. And multiplayer, when it comes to formation, you don't have to be perfect. Thunderbird formation is not the standard. So as long as you and your wingman can see each other, then that's good. So like within a mile for close formation, anything farther than a mile, the lead will like specify how far they want you to go. Flight reference steer 3.
Speed 3. 3.
And Ripper said tune your altimeter to 2992. Go ahead and change that to 2992. Cobra Flight will be using the Angels 26 block for altitude.
A-firm will use Angels 24.
So to your falling behind a little bit there, go ahead and so if the farther you get, the more offset you need. So it's okay if you're far away. Just make sure you offset a little bit more to be able, so I could see you in the background there. And if you weren't aware, the threat circles in the north, they're real, so if you get lost, don't go north. Reference steer 4.
5. 3. 4.
Dom, I'll go ahead and mute your mic. Heard some open mic there. Dama. Doing okay there too?
Yep. What's your speed?
287.
284.
Yeah, the lead speed is going to fluctuate a lot, so it's kind of a guessing game, but don't spend too much fuel trying to get real close there. He'll try to keep as much steady as he can, but it's not always perfect. Clear 5.
3.
And also, a good brevity term, especially if you're new, would be, so tumbleweed means your SA is like -15, and you need to help, like I need help. Like if you say tumbleweed, I'll automatically know that I need to find out where you are and get you pointed in the right direction before anything else. So just keep that in mind if you're like severely just confused and lost navigation and wise. So just don't be afraid to use that if you want to. Do some maneuvering. Spacing is fine right here, but I won't tell you which way I'm going. Just go ahead and keep your formation. I'll be doing some light maneuvering here. And then 2, since you're on the inside of the turn, if you want to make it a little bit easier for you to see me, you could descend a little bit, so it puts you higher on the canopy. Put me higher on the canopy. Wind is gnarly up here. I see you have, so you can do drift co. So just below the 0 on your ICP, you can click that up and it'll center your HUD.
I didn't know that was a thing, thank you.
Yeah, it's nice when there's a 79 knot crosswind up here. 2, do you know where to find your own ship bullseye? Can you tell me your own ship bullseye?
I'll be honest, I
Yep, that's fine. So on your HUD, you can see below on the left side, you see nav, and then below there's a 2 sets of 3-digit numbers. That's your bullseye there.
2750.
Yep, that's it. Also, in some modes that doesn't show up. So if you look on either your FCR or your HSD screen, MFDs, you see a circle in the bottom left corner of that. That's the same thing. So the bottom number is the heading to the bullseye, so it's 275, and then the 28 is the distance, and that little triangle on the circle points to the direction of the bullseye where you're located at. You should be able to see the bullseye in front of us. It's on a 40 scope. If you have your FCR on a 40 scope, you should be able to see the bullseye as some rings there. And 2, do you know where your cursor, you know about your cursor? Do you have your cursor mapped or no?
Radar cursor.
Yeah, do you have that mapped? Can you move it?
Yes, I always struggle to find out.
Sweet, I saw you move it there. So, do you know where to find the cursor bullseye? Do you know where that's located?
No, I don't.
So just above your own ship bullseye on your MFD, on your FCR, your radar screen, there's another set of numbers. Right now it's a set of 3 and a set of 2. That's where your cursor bullseye is. Go ahead and read that off for me.
Say again?
The bullseye is just above, it's on the left side of your FCR. It's those blue numbers just above your own ship radar with own ship bullseye with the circle.
I'll be honest, I can't.
Yeah, it's right there on your MFD, your left MFD.
2 magnums away.
It's on your left MFD above the circle.
Sorry, 2 rifle.
It's 2 sets of numbers. It's in blue. You're coming in high. You're about to lose visual of me soon. Yeah, 2, start making your way to the right in between 3 and 4. Or 3 and me. so I'm at 290, so you can close, you can kind of speed up to like 320 or 310 or something to get some speed and kind of get in position. Try to keep 300 for our contract speed from now on.
4, copy 300. 3.
And when you think you're overspeeding or overshooting, if you think it's really fast, then use your speed brakes. But if you think it's slight, just go to idle. Because if you use your speed brakes, it's hard to gain speed, but it's easy to decrease speed. So if you use your speed brakes, it might be too much, and then you'll end up behind me again. So when you get up close, just start coming to idle and slowing back down to 300.
Okay, I know what it's
You turn a little bit sharp. Got on behind me again, so don't turn as sharp.
Am I a bit too close? Should I start slowing down?
You're in my beam there. You're still good. Keep coming forward. And that 45 degree is a good spot, so keep coming forward. Start slowing down your engine there.
I'm at idle.
Okay, cool. Let's pick it up a little bit closer. Not closer, but a little bit more forward. So since you're on the outside of the turn, you might have to speed up just a little bit since you're traveling farther technically. Flight safe fuel.
Two, 8, 2, 0.
385. 484.
Lead is 87. Flight, go ahead and switch sides, so let's do the same thing but on the other side, so it'll be echelon left. So just slowly bank left a little bit and just transition to the other side. Let's keep a heading, let's turn left heading 330. And now I'm gonna give 2 lead for a second, so just keep your speed and your heading at 330. I'm gonna slow down and get beside you. 3 and 4 just stay formation with 2. And 2, I'm just gonna show you the sight picture from what a lead sees on the right side when it comes to being in formation. Yeah, it's right about here is where I want you at. That's where you were. That's a good ideal spot. And obviously, the closer you get line abreast, the harder it is to save formation. And I know you don't have a track R, so it's super hard to do that the closer you get to line abreast. But about here is the ideal, like, perfect area for about 45 degrees off your left or right. And I'm gonna kind of slide to behind you so you can kind of see what that looks like. So I'm gonna slide behind you. This is what it looks like to the lead when you're in trail.
Cobra, Viper 2.
Go for Cobra.
I'm not seeing a tanker to the north.
There should be. Stand by. There's nothing over there.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on radar.
I see something bullseye 322 44 24,000 track northwest. About to your 2 o'clock. Yeah, 3 or 2. You kind of see how behind you here, and I'm on the right side. Yeah, there's a bow there that people get in the way of. So this is sometimes where you were before. So just keep that in mind. There's a bow, so it's hard to see sometimes. So if you're at this position, you can just kind of go outwards, and then Lee could see you a little better, or at least get you a little bit better, and then speed up to get out of that blind spot. Cobra, you see the tanker now? Correction, Viper. Viper, Cobra. Yes, that's a yes. Flight, go ahead and switch sides. So 3-4, go to the other side of 2. I'm gonna get on the left side, and then I'll take lead when I get back over there.
Four crossing. 3.
Any questions on formation, basic formation here?
It is hard to keep a constant speed, huh?
Yeah, it's slightly hard. And then in reality, when you're fighting stuff, like, it's not that important, but it's good to try to keep somewhat constant speed. All right, 2, I'm on your left side, gonna pass you. I'm gonna go back down to 300 knots. And the tanker is 40 miles, about 12 o'clock at 24,000. Bullseye 312 39, 24,000. And also, 2, you see that 1 on your FCR? That little, it's gone now, but you see this right here?
A sign?
Yeah, the assign, the yellow crescent horseshoe there.
Where am I looking?
On your FCR and your HSD, you should be able to see that yellow thing there.
There are lots of yellow things.
See it now? It should be those contacts in your FCR on the left MFD.
The 24.
Yeah, the 24,000. So the one above means that it's from me. I mean, it's my target or my contact I'm sending, and the numbers below is what the altitude of the contact is.
Okay, that's pretty.
And if I send it to you specifically, you'll hear this. And you'll see the 2 above it with the same altitude stuff right next to it, or underneath. That's a good way to send data real quick. You can do the same thing to me, so if you lock on to one of them over there, and then it should be a 1, 2, 3, 4 on the right side of your FCR. If you click one of those buttons, if you click 1, it'll go to me. If you click 3, it'll go to 3, and so on.
I'll be honest, I haven't done any training on something else.
No, it's good. Just letting you know that it's there. See that for? I'd sent to data.
What's your
321.
2 heads up, you're above 4, but I got visual on you.
Okay, flight, I'm gonna have you manually put in a uniform channel. So go ahead and press COM1 and be ready for a uniform channel.
3. 4.
So channel will be 36852 for uniform.
4 checking on 36852.
where do I tap?
Say again, 2?
Where do I tap in the channel? Do I just tap?
The cursor or the asterisk should be where the 6 is. So if it's not there, just kind of move the, yep, keep going. Yep, right there. So 36852. Cobra Flight, check in on Tanker Freak.
Affirm, Viper is tanking.
Copy. Alright, the tanker's in front of us, 14 miles. Just go ahead and switch to my left side, and we'll rejoin on the tanker.
4 copy. 3.
2.
Viper 2-1, Texaco 4-1, cleared to contact position.
4 crossing.
Rise, clear, contact.
So who is unable to tank in Cobra Flight? Just let me know.
Obviously.
Me.
Never done before, but have a good go.
Copy. So if you're unable to tank, you could get into position, just kind of practice a little bit. If you can tank, cool. If you can't, don't spend too much time on it, but we'll just go through the motions here.
Contact. Disconnect.
Got it. 3.
Everyone's somewhat familiar with the tanker, so I will call it at 10 miles, and then after you're done, well, it'll let you go in every now and then once you're done, you just press done, and it'll go to the next person.
$1,000.
Going 380 because it's going away from us now. We gotta get a little fast.
$2,000.
You know, this thing borked?
It looks like it might be Borked. Our 2-3 is too far away.
Flight, go ahead and climb. We're gonna go over the tanker. You going to go back to Uniform 6, Viper?
Yeah, we will.
Alright, pushing 6.
Yeah, we're gonna flow back to the alternate. Our lowest number 4 is 2,000 pounds.
Copy. Our lowest is I think 5.4 or something, but it's not that low. Light go trail, half-mile trail between the four of you. Once we're in a trail formation, we're gonna do some low-level formation stuff on the way to alternate. And if you're blind, just say your call sign blind, and we'll try to see if we can find you and get you back in trail.
Shoot.
3.
4.
Alright, feel free to lock the person in front of you. We're doing follow the leader here. We'll start in 20 seconds.
Pull up, pull up.
Try to keep 450 for the most of this run here.
Pull up, pull up. Shaft, flare. Pull up, pull up.
I'm spotting it.
Shaft, flare.
Choose line.
Right below you, just turn left and you should see me again.
2,
Shaft,
3,
flare.
4.
Over the city, over the buildings. Alright, sweet, go ahead and climb. We're gonna climb up to 10,000. We're 30 miles from the runway.
4, is that you behind me?
Roger.
I lost lead.
It was over the city directly ahead.
Shaft, flare.
Viewpoint 10, I guess.
Overflight inbound, 12 miles, runway 18 left brake.
This airport open, there seems to be.
Cobra 2-1 in the brake.
Shoot.
You have to wait a little bit longer than that.
Braking.
We're to start slowing down.
So pretty.
I've lost visual on you one.
4 in the brake.
Heading 360 north. 1700.
I've got you.
Landing gear coming down. Over 2-1 turning left base, runway 18 left. So don't cut the corner, make sure you pass me before you start turning, else you'll close the distance really, really fast. Cobra 2-1 final, 18 left.
Are we clear?
Yeah, go ahead and land. We're going in landing. Seems like you might be getting a little close to me here. wheels down. Gonna overshoot, stay on the right side.
Four's going to land, lost visual on 3.
I'm below you.
Yeah, I think you took that a bit long.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, good.
That was quite a bad landing on my part, so.
Forward in the brake.
Three wheels down.
Yeah, I lose my essay really quick in this game.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. 2 went over the hill and then I lost them.
Oh yeah, I did do something and I tried to do some fun stuff
Did
without
you brake left or brake right after that hill?
the hill, the
Right
second
before-
hill, or the
Yeah.
third hill.
I'm not sure. I pretty much called blind right after I lost you.
Oh, I think I did mostly lefts. I think.
Oh, that might be why I broke right.
Oh.
Yep, and I followed him
kinda-
like a good wingman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that's
I
that's
put
all
that
you
on
can do.
Nice.
You even
That's-
follow me
that's it.
to a different
Yep.
data link target.
Yeah, I don't
was
care.
like-
I knew we were going the wrong way, but I'm like, oh, fuck it. He's
Yep,
You
well-
he's
should've
lead, so
told
Yeah,
me
see
you
see how this
should've
works.
told me Uniform 6, man.
yeah, but fucking, you got the learn.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, I was doing a
Appreciate
ping. I'm
it.
like, I don't see anyone. That's kind of weird. So I thought it was me. So I resetted my data link, and I'm like, I still don't see anybody. And that's kind of weird.
Yeah, we were still on the tanker freak.
Ah.
So. Yeah.
I was pissed. I was level with the tanker, ready. I was like, oh, I got everything set up, perfect, straightened out. Crash.
Oh my god! I saw
Oh,
you
you
exit
did?
on there. Yeah.
No, I didn't actually
I mean,
physically crash my computer.
Oh.
crashed.
Okay, your computer.
wow.
crashed. Oh, that's why.
Well,
it's-
You were the one who borked it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's probably what happened. It didn't want
I didn't
to do
bork you.
anything.
Falcon borked you. Falcon borked all of us.
It
Dude,
did.
I was in full afterburner to catch up to the tanker because I was taking my dog out, and then you crashed, and then I couldn't get gas, and then I was like, oh, I don't know, I need more gas.
Oh, you were the 2000 guy.
Yeah.
As soon as we
Oh, I
landed,
see.
I was also 2000.
all I heard it say was something about 2-3 stabilize.
Oh,
So I was like 60, 80 miles
It's
too
like,
late.
yeah, I was like, what? Excuse me?
yeah, it was catching up, I guess.
So yeah, that
Oh,
takeoff. That's basically standard. You depends on your lead. Like it all depends on whatever's going on. But the lead will take a side, the wingman will take the other side, and this usually sets up depending on which way he's turning. So if the lead is going to turn right, you're going to get on the left. Kind of puts you in a better position.
It can also be based on if there's a crosswind. So if
Yeah.
you have like a crosswind from
Right.
the right, then the lead will take the left side, so he doesn't get blown into number 2.
right. I see.
That's usually what happens. And then when you take off, try to keep this somewhat similar. So try to stay on the left side when you take off.
Right, and then you'll call formation after.
Yeah. Usually in like the briefing, we'll go over all that, and it's always good to have some pen and paper to write stuff down. So usually in a briefing, they'll go over this, go over the formation over there, and different things like that, like MAR ranges, altitude ranges, laser codes, TACAN, all that kind of stuff. So it's always good to have some writing supplies in
Gotcha.
front of you. Same thing with
Little whiteboard.
with radio calls. So I was like, be ready to enter this radio call. You can just pick up a pencil and just start writing it down instead of having to wait.
Yeah, maybe a mini whiteboard would be good, huh?
Yeah, it'll work.
That's That's exactly what I have. And
Oh,
in
really?
VR, yeah, in VR.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
very
you
good
do play
'cause
VR.
Yeah.
Ripper, anything you want to talk about on your departure?
Nope. Pretty basic. I saw you go left, so I saw you go right, so I turned left.
Okay. Indeed.
But we got everybody connected data link. We got everybody connected TACAN. That was all working and
Yep.
worked great the whole flight.
Yep, same.
We didn't really do much in terms of like formation or anything. We just kind of flew out there. Me and Arnett took shots at the range with the Mavs.
Yeah.
And then we flew out and borked the tanker.
Sweet. Sounds like a productive day.
Look at that crosswind. Look
Yeah,
how much
it
you're
was,
crabbing.
It was bad. It was like a 80 knot crosswind.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was 90. I'm pretty sure it was 90.
Oh, maybe at some point. I remember
All I know
reading
is
it off.
I turned off a drift, and the ladder was all the way off the left side of the HUD. Like you can even see it.
Yeah, I think 2 learned something today. Yeah, Max
So
was.
with that,
Is he here? He's muted.
Yeah, Max. I was looking at his stream, and his like predicted point was like off the screen, like you couldn't even see it. Velocity
I
vector
almost
was
hit
like
you a
way
few
off.
times.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could change that.
Don't look at me.
What'd you say, Max?
I didn't know you
I
could
don't
change that. I thought it just stayed like that.
Yeah, it's very helpful, especially if it's not usable anymore.
Yeah, when it's all the way to the right.
Yep. And then on landing, and remember to put it back so you don't have bad corrections when you're landing in a crosswind.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, this is about the wedge formation. So 2 should be about here, and it'll be like a wedge formation.
I don't remember putting it back for landing, to be honest.
Yeah, if the crosswind's not too bad, you won't even notice. But sometimes if you put the velocity vector where you want it to go, you're like, this feels kind of weird. Be a little off.
Not going where I'm supposed to go.
Yeah. We did some turns left and right. Oh, there it is.
Don't
Let's look at it. Let's take a look. See
No,
how close is this? Oh, that's not too bad. I've seen a lot closer. I've seen like 12, like really close.
Man, I felt your afterburners there. I'm just kidding.
Got a little warm. It's like, oh boy.
Yeah. I was like, because I lost you in my cockpit. I'm not sure, like the canopy was blocking it or something.
Yeah.
But I lost you. I was like, oh no.
So if you're on the inside of the turn, you could descend a little bit. So I could be a little bit higher in your canopy, so that doesn't happen.
Right.
So
Okay,
yeah,
got it.
if you're level, you turn 10 degrees, I'll be gone.
Better to descend every time, right?
Yeah.
Just for
well,
visual.
if you're on the inside, if you're on the outside,
Okay.
it doesn't matter because you have the whole canopy to look at. But if you're on the inside, it's easier to descend like 200 feet so you can see me.
Okay. Got it. I was like, yep. I lost him.
And I'm over here.
I'm like, yeah, I might spread out, give him some room to reslot.
Yeah. Well, I gave you the warning in the beginning. It's like,
yeah.
Yeah, same blind. It's like, oh boy.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, move out the way.
So you naturally went down because it just looks better. So you naturally went down on that one.
Right. I was like, this is kind of working. Right? I'll
Yeah.
stay here. Oh.
That's what I was watching you.
Yeah, I was like, man.
That's why we have that separation.
I didn't even see them going
Yeah,
up
they're
under us.
right below us.
Yeah, I saw y'all go overhead.
So I guess
+1 for no crashes. Let's
yes, that's always good. Cause it hasn't been a midair in a good while.
don't say it.
go.
It's just
Man.
someone has to do it.
When was
It
the last
always makes a good laugh.
It also makes a good call sign too.
It does.
Oh no.
Do we name him Crash or Bandicoot?
I just need to manage my speed better because like a lot of times I slow down way too quickly, and then I would have to speed up, and then like you just get stuck in that loop.
Oh yeah, back.
I was.
And a lot of it is learning the cockpit cues, because if you can get that sight picture, then you can tell like as it's changing that you're accelerating too much or you're slowing down too much. You kind of like, I just from doing the air refueling every day for the last week, something I really picked up was just.
Oh yeah, you're doing the 30-day.
Yeah, you can start to see, if his wings are moving or if the angle of his cockpit is changing, then as you get closer and you just start automatically. Like a lot of times when I'm flying formation like that, I feather the throttle back and forth. You're not gonna like stick it in one spot. You're just gonna have to kind of like weave it in and out to get it like.
Man, where's the ATC button for the Viper?
Yeah,
it's A and Shift A. Oh, auto throttle. Never mind.
I thought it was Control E.
What's Control E?
The same as Alt 4.
Yeah, same.
Wait, I've never used any of those. What does it do?
Oh.
Control E is eject.
Oh.
And Alt 4 is to close.
I just click on the handle.
So on
what I noticed too, if you're feathering the throttles too hard, your aircraft will pitch up if you go too hard up or throttle up too much, and if you pull it back, your aircraft will pitch down.
Right.
So then you're chasing that too.
Yeah. And then you start oscillating.
Yeah, the perfect, the great classic oscillation.
Exactly.
So in this, since you're on the outside, you have to go a little bit faster than me since you're on the outside of the turn to maintain that.
I start losing speed, and then I don't throttle up, and then
Yeah. No, I was in control, mate.
No.
I just sped past him because he was out of formation. I'm like, I got to keep with one, so.
Yep. Okay. Bye.
Survival of the fittest.
That's when I switched. Yep.
Have you guys used the Cadem 88s?
No. Do they go off the rail? Did you try those? I heard a Magnum in there.
I didn't go. Maybe Ripper did.
Oh.
And when you're employing weapons, you're supposed to use like transmit on uniform, correct?
Yes.
Not just in flight.
Yep.
Okay.
That's if there's room. If there's not room, then don't worry about it till they're like, well, if someone's talking, don't worry about it. Just wait till you're done or something.
Got it.
Here I gave 2 lead just to give them an example of what it looks like. That 45-degree angle or so. And this is showed them what it looks like behind. You can't see the person behind them anymore.
Is this the Tacview music? Or no, wait, it's game music. Never mind.
That was great. Let's go back. Let's go back.
Wait, what happened?
This our little dance here. So I said to switch to the other side, and I was good on the left. Looks real nice.
Yeah, that was good. Had some moments.
Yep, looks real nice. Here I was getting the tanker. Yeah, Ripper was like, I can't see the tanker. I'm looking right next to you. What? It was funny. So yeah, 2, you need some speed control. Seems like you're on the slow side.
Yeah, I was deploying my speed brakes a lot.
Oh, yeah, try not to, unless you're like gonna overshoot like past them, then deploy the speed brakes. If you're like this or something, just kind of go to idle, and then you'll eventually slot in. But try not to use your speed brakes so that it loses a lot of energy, and it's hard to gain that back, and you lose a lot of fuel.
I need to swap my buttons around because sometimes I try retract it and I was deploying it even more.
And then if you are going to overshoot, in a 4-ship it's kind of hard to make any adjustments. But if you are going to overshoot on a 2-ship, you can kind of like offset this way, and then keep your visual so it's offset a little bit this way. So you're traveling
away from the flight.
Yeah, away from them. So you're traveling this way. So you could slow down, and you're actually not really getting behind them as fast. So you're going a farther distance, and you're slowing down at the same time instead of going straight in front and then losing visual, and then I have to get visual of you and reel you back in.
Oh, I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you guys have your throttles like super light, like less friction, or?
It's like medium or something. It's like a medium setting.
What might help you with throttle control is what I tend to do is if I'm starting to overshoot, I'll throttle back to idle and then put it back to 50% of what it was previously. That way it kind of, you reduce power, but it also helps, keep formation a bit better with speed.
I see.
Yeah, with those adjustments, you make an adjustment and then you do the opposite of the adjustment, half the adjustment. Like you said, you go to idle and you go back to like 50% of where you were before you went to idle. And then you make an adjustment back, and it kind of goes back and forth 50%. When you find the middle, you can kind of know where that neutral point is, and any adjustment you make always come back to that neutral point.
I see.
Instead of keeping it up and then you gain speed, now you're 20 degrees fast, and you bring it back down, now you're 20 degrees or 20 not slow. It's like going back and forth.
How you doing, guys?
Hello,
Pretty
Rody.
good.
Hope you guys had a good flight tonight. Looking at your Acme.
Yeah.
Everything went well?
Yep, everything's good. No one. Oh, what was that crater? Who was that?
Cobra 2?
Wait, what happened?
There was a fireball on the runway.
Ruh-roh.
Oh.
No one? Must have been someone.
I think he left.
Oh, okay.
Not us.
Oh no.
Well then, other than that, it was good. Do you know what happened? What happened to him? He was like off the runway.
Yeah, I think he had too much speed going off the runway.
Oh.
Nice formation there for a little
So,
bit.
yeah, on this rejoin was a little hairy. Needed to have some throttle control.
Nice formation. Yeah, it was nice formation right there. But Cobra 2
he's going 430.
Yeah, he's going pretty
430.
quick.
He's going way quick.
And
we
2
were
doesn't.
talking to him, and he wasn't answering.
Oh, and
I was like, oh no.
he doesn't have any head tracker, so it's already at a
Right.
disadvantage.
Oh.
It's kind of weird for me. I sometimes turn off my head tracker just so I can like keep like a better sight picture, because when I'm moving my head around, sometimes it gets like
You
kind
can
of
put
like
a dead
warped.
zone on it.
Maybe I should increase mine.
Yeah, you can put a dead zone on it, and it works really well. You can move your head a little bit, and your tracking device won't move.
Right. Yeah, because this is the first time I'm playing information multiplayer, so it's getting there. It's getting there.
This is where I messed it up for everybody.
Joining the tanker?
Oh yeah.
No, my desktop. I crashed the desktop, so no one could get into it.
Right here. Yeah.
So you're our hero, because there might have been a wreck in flammage of
Yeah,
It's my 323.
True. I might have flown into the tanker.
Boom, what's that?
So yeah, we were figuring out like what's going on. I think it's Borked. I'm like, all right.
Where am I right now? Where did I spawn back at?
Which one are you, Viper?
Viper 2-3.
You're over there.
I was like right next to the tanker, so I don't even know how I got over there.
The heck? Okay, so it DC'd, and then it just
Woo!
Look at that orbital mode. Boop. And you ended up all the way over here.
Lost sight of
And I had no SA, and I'm like,
Yeah,
I saw
what
that
is
guy on there.
going on?
Tanker.
You rejoined. So yeah, we noticed it was Borked. So we just got into formation again, went over and up and over the tanker here.
Good for the.
Doing barrel rolls for? Do a barrel roll.
Yeah, it's a good way to lose speed and get back on trail.
Yes, it is.
I think you might know that I've done that a few times.
Oh yeah.
And then we're doing some low level, right? Right here,
Yep.
somewhere.
Follow the leader. Let's take a look at this. Let's look at this.
See.
So it's a half-mile trail. We're descending, and I'm gonna start in 20 seconds. And here we go. Bloop.
Conga line?
Yep, conga line.
I didn't know how to look you up.
Look at that.
Oh, there you go. Oh, nice.
This is nice. Nice spacing. Very, very nice.
Oh, I got a little too close to him a little bit.
The first
I
turn.
backed off of it.
No, you still kept visual, which is good.
Oh, I'll lose him somewhere here.
You're too close. Right there.
I think it's off his hill.
Yeah, it's the second one, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was like,
Oh boy, where'd he
Going.
go?
oh, and then I climbed. That one might have been my mistake. And then
Whoa.
I completely
my
lost.
Oh wow,
goodness.
yeah, I saw
What was
two
this?
go above me there, and I looked up and I was like, oh man.
Oh,
Oh,
I was
crap.
like,
How
two,
much
don't freak
distance?
out, but I'm right below you. And he started turning left, or turning right, and I was like, turn left to see me, and he turned left, and there it was. I was not aware of
yeah,
this.
there's no way to turn the IVC up, right?
No.
To zoom in?
The volume?
Yeah.
It should be
'Cause
max in the
Yeah, mine's
the game.
maxed already.
Oh.
Maybe I need to turn something up in the game.
The control knob, the volume knob on the radio.
It was maxed.
Yeah, no, it's a Windows thing.
Okay. Windows.
Oh, it's like a beehive. What's going on?
yeah. Yeah.
So we landed at some point. I'm gonna go back to y'all, to your Maverick shenanigans.
Oh, you did some Maverick practice?
Yeah, Ripper did some Maverick stuff. He had the Cadam Mavericks.
Oh, okay, cool.
Whoa.
I think he peeled off here to fire the 88s.
Oh, okay.
Oh, 65s. Never mind.
So it registers in Tacview. That's good. He said you don't see the physical missile, but it registers in Tacview.
Yeah, it does.
I had a really hard time getting them bore sighted.
Oh.
And then I bore sighted them, turned it off, flew around, and then when I went in to do my run, I had to bore sight them at the target zone.
Oh.
Because for some reason it erased, but I bore sighted both store sides, so I don't know why I didn't register.
So when you're bore sighting, do you just pick a random target or do you just point straight forward?
The first time I picked a random target, I just found a building and I bore sighted, and then the second time I bore sighted at the target location.
What I'm trying to do is bore sight on the same target on all stations.
Hit all four.
Yeah.
Good run.
I bounced the shit out of it during the landing. That was pretty bad on my part.
Yeah, Ripper likes to use visual.
Oh, there's two jets there? I didn't know that. I was like, why is there three only? And then they split.
Yeah, they were pretty close.
Yeah.
They were fine. They had a tight formation going.
Ooh. 80 feet.
Thunderbird
nice.
rolling.
Don't mind us.
It looks like you guys had an excellent flight. Prime, we did. Oh, goodness. SA-10 had a lot of fun with us, though.
Oh, did it? Did it now?
Yes, it did.
SA-10s are fun.
Yep. Oh, it's finicky.
Oh
Oh, jeez.
Oh, is that it?
Fish
That was
tail.
it.
no! That's it.
Wait, so the runway's not actually aligned?
Yeah, this
Is that-
runway is not correct.
Oh, sad.
Need texture back.
How close is like you have all this space? You wanted to.
You wanted to stare him in
Oh,
the eye.
goodness.
Anti-skid turned off.
Oh, is that
37
why?
feet.
I don't know. I was,
Yeah, he was still going 80
I was like,
miles
that
an
would
hour.
cause it, no?
All
I was
this
pretty hot.
space.
I went off the runway as well. And then I put the tail hook down and Ripper's like, I saw a fireball. My God, that was nothing. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. It's okay.
Didn't say a thing.
Let's see our break. Our break was
It was pretty.
How's for
Nice formation.
Here's the thing. This is my
Oh,
first
look at
time
that.
break ever, and I looked at the
That is
graph for
nice.
like 2 seconds.
Yep, switch sides. Very nice.
I was a little slow.
So ideally, it'll be good for like this, like the 45.
Right, I'm very far back.
All right, let's see.
Oh, this was terrible.
1,
Yeah, you broke way too early.
4.
And when I read the manual, it said like you should brake in the same spot that the guy before you brake.
Yeah, I read that too.
I've never flown outside the training mission before this.
And you lost visual for a second. I told you north, 4,000 or 2,000.
Yeah, I didn't realize the turns are so tight.
Yeah, they're somewhat.
What the manual said,
tight.
like what 70-degree turn and 2 G's.
Yeah, you should get
2Gs.
at the end of the turn. You should be at like 270 or something, below 300, depending on which one. You don't want to be at 270 at this guy, because you'd be too super slow. Yeah, good turn on there. I thought you cut the turn a little bit, but that was a good turn.
I deployed my speed brakes a bit late. Once again, I didn't know what button to hit. Oh, that was a terrible landing.
I overshot the runway a lot, but
I undershot it. I landed fresh.
I caused 4 to go around.
Oh, I saw that overhead.
No, you didn't. 2 didn't bounce it.
Yeah, let's see.
Hey guys, at least you got the runway instead of the roadway.
Yes, instead of the roadway.
Oh, do that screen on my bounce. My bounce is huge.
I saw that on the end of the. I was like, "Where is this guy at?" I was looking at like the too high, and I saw some movement, and it was you bouncing.
Yeah, I was just testing the suspension.
Yeah, it works. It's good.
I didn't really bounce, to be fair. I just landed.
You didn't bounce. I think Prime bounced.
Yeah, I did a little bit.
Well, let's see mine. Oh no.
Whenever I play IL2.
Oh, IL2 is a great game.
I mean, I have Cliffs of Death on a demo. I don't even think my computer can run it.
But it had a 70-mile-an-hour crosswind.
For landing? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Did it?
When we got there, it said on the EDD, it said 71 miles an hour at
Oh man.
240 or something. Just slight crosswind, not exactly full on.
Bit of area break.
Yep, very nice, very nice. Yeah, bounce. I was slightly fast. I was trying to get my angle attack right.
Yeah, I was too slow. I mean, my
So-
angle attack.
How high up do you go on the stick when your wheels touch? Because I've always been scared of putting it too high, so I kind of just keep it almost
think
level.
13 degrees.
Yeah, 13 degrees is max.
13, okay.
Yeah,
Because if you have your speed brakes out, you'll be dragging above
Yeah.
13, I think.
But the speed brakes, right? I don't know if it simulates it in the game. The speed brakes don't open all the way if the landing gear's down, right?
Correct. And
Does
then,
it simulate that in the game?
Yeah, it does. It opens up like 80% or something.
Yeah.
And then when you land, and when you're out the aero brake, you can hold it, and it'll open them up all the way.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, override.
Yeah. And it does the same thing in the air. If you need a little bit more, you could hold it, and it'll open them up all the way when you're landing gear down.
That makes sense.
Also use the E bracket as well for on speed.
Yeah. I think it's, what is it? What's the top of the bracket? 11? Yeah, 11 is the top of the bracket. Middle is 13, and the bottom is 15. So 15 is about when your tail strike will happen.
Scrape the turkey feathers.
Yep, turkey feather scrape. Yep, and everything was good, and that's it. Any questions from tonight? A lot of information. Hopefully, able to learn some of it.
I have a lot to practice. That's what I've learned.
Yeah, I need to practice formation flying.
Yeah, speed control, formation flying, overhead brake, and tanking.
Yep. Once you get all the other things, tanking will come pretty much naturally because you have all the other stuff there.
Right.
I mean, tanking is basically formation flying.
Yeah, basically.
True.
Throttle control,
True.
pitch control, not making too much of adjustment.
Right, I need to get it in my head when increasing the throttle will pull your nose up every time.
It's one of the engagements we had, PvP. So yeah, that's the formal. If you need to go ahead. But I'm just going to show a couple of tac views from our PvP stuff. But thanks for joining. Hopefully see you in one of the missions, in one of the other missions. So the events we have here, feel free to join those, other than the 601 fan flight. So if you feel comfortable, go ahead and join some of the other ones if you would like.
What's the 601 fan flight?
This one right here. That's this one.
Oh, this is okay.
And then we're doing like a weapon school thing. I think next week is we're doing red air weapon.
You guys have a schedule, right? Like Wednesday and Fridays?
Tuesdays, Thursdays is like the regular missions, and then Fridays is this. It's gonna start from tonight. So Fridays is gonna be these basic missions, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays when we have our more complicated missions. Right now we're in weapon school, and it's still the training phases, but it's more advanced stuff. So you get to shoot some stuff down. We're doing some sim stuff. So we're doing different things. But next week we're going over some of the red air weapons, so air-to-air weapons. So we're going to put you in the seat of a MiG and show you how poopy their weapons are, basically. So you understand what their weapons are, so you could take that into consideration when you're fighting them.
So you mean if I lose to them, I suck?
Yeah, basically. Especially the AA-12s are pretty poop. But the PL-12s, they're actually really dangerous.
AA-12s, are those the archers?
Adders.
Yeah,
the
Fox 3s for the Russians.
Oh, okay.
And
That's the optical tracked.
What was that?
Which Russian missile is the optical?
Oh, they're super slow, aren't they?
Yeah, they bleed off energy really, really fast. Archer is one, the R-73.
R-73, yeah.
We're testing. So on the first ones, where's better one? Use the same thing. Here's a Cadam. Sim.
Alright guys, I'm gonna head out. It was fun. I'll come back again. And you said I could join all the like advanced weapon stuff and
Yeah, you can. Yep, feel free.
okay.
Just make sure to keep watching videos and be familiar with launching missiles and stuff, because that's the stuff we'll be doing in there.
Yes, sir. Got it. All right.
So what's the
Have a good night,
schedule
y'all.
Peace out.
The schedule is
Peace.
it's in events, so when we post them, they'll be posted there, and it'll have like all the times. So just go in the events, and you'll see when they pop up. Usually we update it on Sundays, and then you just press the green to sign up for it.
So for the like noob to Wigman thing, which I signed up for, when are we? Do you know like about when we'd be doing like hop 2 or hop 3?
Yeah, it'll be on Fridays at the same time, so we'll have another one next week.
Okay, so Saturdays.
Yep. Well, yeah, whatever day. Yeah, same time.
That's good to know, because I'm always free on Saturdays. So it should be...
Sweet. So yeah, and it's in the events like 3 up from here. So public lounge events. So it'll have all the stuff in there.
Okay, so have we basically combined hop 1 and 2 into one thing? Because reading this, hop 2 is basically what we did: takeoffs, landings, formations.
Yeah, we'll be hopping around in that document. So next time we'll probably be doing some introductory to missiles.
Ooh.
Possibly with just to get a feel of them, but definitely make sure you look up like all the stuff, like when it comes to the RWR and the missile stuff. But we're slowly gonna go through it.
Okay.
This is where you're gonna have fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Overwhelming, but fun. Sometimes.
At least I didn't crash today. That was...
Yes, indeed.
mission. I think there was one close call for me, but
It will happen. Happens to everybody.
It happens to everyone.
any tips on how I could practice formations?
Air refueling.
Yeah, air refueling, and I think there's a
air
formation
refueling.
TE.
Do the straight on and then do the basket. That helps a lot.
Yeah. The basket is
anything where you have to stabilize, like I guess like the Harrier 2, refueling, whether it's the boom or the basket.
Okay.
Yeah, just do a lot of practice with the air refuel. It helps a lot. And when you do the practice with air refuel, wait for the turn and try to stick with it.
Good to know.
Here's one of our engagements. We're using sim mode so no one dies. We just use, if you get hit, is a beeping sound, and we just kind of implement a respawn maneuver where you just kind of go back to where you were and come back in.
Only DCS had that.
And it's so much fun. It's 4 versus 4, and we had a blast. Like, it was so much fun. And it tanked. Like, it was like a 3-hour in the air mission. Like, it was crazy. Then we come back. Killing Rhodey, killing Bono.
It looks like for the event overview, we covered like 3 topics, right?
Yeah, we covered a lot of things, but it's more. So this is like more homework. So we can't teach you everything every single time. It's mostly like we teach you something, and then you can kind of notice what you need to work on, and you can kind of watch videos over the week, and then we'll move on to the next subject. You can probably use those in the next one. But this mostly takes homework. You have to
Yeah,
kind of watch off time.
do some reading on the manuals.
Oh yes, when Rody saved me, I was in trouble. Yep, well, thanks for all coming. Hopefully see you next week or during the week, but that's it for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.